Okay. Do you know building a wall makes the devil mad? It's in the Bible. Look here in Nehemiah chapter 4. And I'm bringing this up because Trump's wall, of course. And when the devil is mad about you trying to build a wall in the middle of something that he's doing, you see, the devil loved when Jerusalem lay in ruin. He loves it that America is being invaded and drugs are being brought in freely across the border, from all borders. And when things are in chaos, he likes it. But when you start messing up his chaos, then he'll stir up his people. Just like Trump with this wall. He's going to start to build a wall. And this is going to be the one battle that he is not going to win. And I'll tell you why. Because he hasn't shut the mouth of the Sanballat. Just like the guy in Nehemiah chapter 4 here. Sanballat. When Sanballat heard that we were building the wall, he became angry and was greatly incensed. He ridiculed the Jews. And this is where this is the media. You can change that name for the media, liberal media. When the liberal media heard that we were building the wall, they became angry and greatly incensed. And they ridiculed the Jews. They ridiculed the conservatives. Same deal here. Isn't it amazing how history repeats itself? But you know something now? Nehemiah here, he wouldn't answer them a word. He had the king on his side already. It wasn't up to the people's opinion what was going on here. Like it is with the media. And it seems that President Trump is not willing to fight the battle in the beginning that he needs to fight in order to get to the place where he can get things accomplished. And this is what I'm saying. The media will not let him build this wall because Trump is not willing to fight the battle that will close their mouth. He is not willing to fight the battle. What's the battle? Hillary is the battle. Hillary is the battle that will close their mouth. They're still hoping in her. I've seen this editorial somewhere yesterday where this fellow had a shirt. He went in a restaurant, sat down. He had a shirt that says "Build the Wall." And a bunch of liberals gathered around and started ridiculing him. This particular lady and this guy, calling him names and saying rude things about him, and he's sitting there minding his own business. Sitting there just minding his own business. And see, and they were doing this because they still have hope that Hillary's going to rescue them. If they had lost their hope, I don't know how many different ways I have to explain this. Unless that battle, you can't win the war unless you fight the battle that's going to defeat the enemy. As long as the enemy still has hope of winning, you haven't won yet. You haven't won yet. Let me read you a little bit of this, okay? When Sanballat heard, this is Nehemiah chapter 4, that they were building the wall, he became angry as greatly incensed. He ridiculed the Jews. And in the presence of his associates and the army of Samaria, he said, "What are those feeble Jews doing? Will they restore their wall? Will they offer sacrifices? Will they finish it in a day? Can they bring the stones back to life from the heaps of rubble, burned as they are?" Tobiah the Amorite, who was at his side, said, "What are they building? What they're building, even a fox climbing upon it will break it down. Their wall of stones." That's, you know, this is the media in a nutshell. Hear us, our God, for we are despised. This is Nehemiah praying. Turn their insults back on their own heads. Give them over as plunder in the land of captivity. Do not cover up their guilt nor blot out their sin from your sight, for they have thrown insults in the face of the builder. And see, this is what I'm talking about. See, when we pray, God moves. We pray, He moves, and that is the only thing that has held Trump up. I'm convinced that's the only thing that's held President Trump up so far. And it's a good thing what's happened. It's a good thing. But this whole book of Nehemiah is just about building a wall. The whole it's a fascinating story. And we're going to have just a great deal as it was here in building our own wall. You know how the media is on things that they are unrelenting of to let go. And this is my opinion. Through something that God has told me. The Lord spoke to me about a month ago about building that wall. And there were men up on the wall. And I seen men traveling through the wall. There was like a double fence. There were men standing on the fence. There's men walking down through the wall. And they were looking as to say, why is this here? So this is a battle that the media have decided to try to stop Trump from building this wall. The media and the liberals, and because of their hope in Hillary, they have decided that this will be the battleground that they're going to stop Trump with. See, if they can stop him here, the rest will be easy. The rest will be easy. The president will be afraid to do anything unless he checks with the media first. That's the place they want to get him to. That's the place. They've gotten other presidents there, you know. All they have to do is a little bit of ridicule. You know something? Mr. Trump, now if you don't do exactly what you did that got you into the office, you're going to lose your hold on the office. You'll be a lame duck. You think that's not true? Listen. For the past, how many years? Couple of years now, we've had the House and the Senate. But yet, nothing has been accomplished with it. Why do you think that is? I'll tell you why. Because they're afraid of the media. They're afraid of the media. And they have you in the same shape. They have you in the same place doing the same thing. They don't care, you know. They get you backing up on stuff. They'll back you right up into a corner, and they'll build a wall and shut you in. And that's why I'm saying this is the one battle that you can't win, because you're not because you're not willing to fight the battle that's going to get you to that place where you can win in building the wall. It's just not going to happen. Not like you're trying. You got to take care of first things first. Alright, God bless you. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you again next time. You know how Nehemiah got the thing accomplished? He refused to do anything that his enemy wanted him to do. From the beginning, that phone call that Hillary gave to you, crying and begging, pleading crocodile tears, will destroy you if you don't do what you know is the right thing to do. Alright, God bless. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Crossing the Middle Ministry.